One of the most powerful new additions to the Wizard's Tower is fire. Now the castle and monsters can all be lit on fire and take damage. Flame tokens are put on monsters when you play cards that will light them on fire. For example, Burning Blast will set monsters in the same space on fire. I'm going to go ahead and use it right now just on this one ogre. Since he's big, he's got 4 points. Monsters don't take any damage from the fire itself when it's first applied. Instead, they take fire damage after they move. So when it's time for the monsters to move, we move monsters like normal, this guy moves and then dials down 1 point from the fire damage. On the next turn, we'll repeat that process. He moves first, then takes fire damage. When a monster is on fire at the walls, they still move first, then take fire damage. That means this monster will destroy a wall, taking 1 point of damage in the process. The flame token will finish him off, doing the final point of damage so he doesn't get into our castle. It's important to note that a monster will take 1 point of damage for every flame token on it when it moves. In this case, this ogre has 2 flame tokens. That means when he moves, he's losing 2 points of health just from both those tokens. If a monster is stopped from moving during the movement phase and it's on fire, say for example, if the players play the tar card on a monster, that monster will still take the fire damage. While the other monsters move, he simply sits and burns. If a monster is currently on fire and it's moved by the monsters, for instance, if the blue monster's move 1 token is drawn, this monster will take damage from that extra movement. If the players move a monster that's on fire, that monster will not take damage. For instance, drive him back, while it does shove a monster back in the forest, causes no additional damage because it wasn't a monster movement of phase 5. Some monsters in the game can breathe fire and light the castle structures on fire. In this case, we have a dragon in the forest that breathes fire. Fire travels instantly across the board from whatever area the monster is in and strikes part of the castle, lighting it on fire. In this case, it would hit this wall. Notice that it had no impact whatsoever on the ogre. The dragon was smart enough to miss his own creature. This wall is now partially damaged with 1 point of fire. That doesn't change it too much. The wall can withstand up to 2 units of fire. The 3rd fire token placed on this wall, however, would destroy it immediately, removing it from the game. Any castle structure that has at least 1 fire token on it is weakened. What that means is it will no longer damage a monster that smashes into it. So during the movement phase, this ogre would normally dial down and the wall would be destroyed. However, because of the fire, the wall is simply destroyed, the ogre takes no damage whatsoever. However, he does take the flame token off of the wall onto him. The burning bricks landed on top of him and lit him on fire. He'll now take damage after he moves on subsequent turns. Players can put out fires on the castle structures by simply discarding either 1 mortar card or 1 brick card to put out 1 flame token each. So in this example, we would discard the mortar card to remove this flame token, and discard the brick card to remove this flame token. This leaves our castle nice and shiny like it's brand new. The other option for firefighting is to use the Fortify Wall card and the Fortify token. Fortify tokens remove all flame tokens as soon as they're placed. However, the Fortify token is discarded as it's used up, putting out the fire.